look like they're about to fall out. I have no bra on. Okay. Hey guys, I am back. I think it's been about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I don't know. I'm trying to be more consistent with these videos, but it's difficult. My boobs are like always out. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a story time. This story time is going to be called I Almost Married My Sugar Daddy in Vegas. I didn't make any cliff notes about this, but I guess let me bring this closer. I guess I'll just get to the point. So back in 2015, was it 2015? It was 2015. I was recently divorced about maybe 6 months or to a year, and my ex-husband, he was paying most of everything, so I was broke basically. As far as a divorce, I didn't even want anything. I just wanted, because I wanted to be very quick. So, and we weren't married for that long anyway, so I don't even know if I could have gotten anything, but so it was like a combination of things. I had lost my job, I got laid off, so I wasn't working for a few months. So I had some savings and I had unemployment, so I was okay, but I still wanted more money. So it's weird because I don't know if I knew about Seeking.com before then. I think I just went online to, well, I went on OkCupid, which is like a regular dating site. So I went on there and I searched old men. It's so weird because sugaring I always wanted to do, but I didn't do it until like I really needed to. But anyway, so I searched the age range, maybe 50 to like 70. I just put like a basic age range of men in the area. This is when I lived in New York. So his profile came up. You know, I liked, you know, he was old. He was probably like 60 or maybe early 60s or mid 60s. I don't really know. But so it's weird because we kind of dated twice, but let's just skip to the part where, because we dated for like a couple weeks to a month, and there was things about him I didn't like I don't know, older men can be controlling sometimes, and I'm not, especially back then, I really wasn't with that. So I kind of lost bases with him. I kind of stopped talking to him, but he had given me like money, and I kind of stopped talking to him. So maybe like a year or two later, I hit him up again, and he was mad at me because I had taken so much money from him, like maybe thousands within like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I disappeared and I blocked him. Anyway, so, but surprisingly, a year or two later, I hit him up, I think when I was unemployed, and I was like, hey, you know, how's it going, blah, blah. And he talked to me like nothing ever happened, like I never scammed him out of his money. So we were dating, and I remember maybe the first date we just went out to dinner. The second date we went, it was like near my birthday, so we went to a casino. and I won like, I don't know, he won because he was kind of like a gambler. He liked to gamble. He had so much excess money. I think he was just like bored with it. So for my birthday, when we first started talking again, we went to a casino, and I was out till probably like 1 in the morning, and he just gambled, and he gave me all his winnings, so like almost $1,000 in that one night. So then, we were seeing each other more. I was unemployed. I was kind of bored. I spent my days like going to the gym and looking for jobs. I wasn't really getting that many interviews. He was trying to, because he has businesses, so he was trying to get me to work for one of his businesses, and I was like, no, I already work for you. Like, me being here is work. Like, I already work for you. He didn't understand, but anyway. So it was around like May or June. So after my birthday in May, June came, and I wanted to go on a trip. And I was just tired of, like, the last trip I had been on before then was to see my family in the Caribbean, and it wasn't like it was a vacation, but not like a vacation. So I wanted to go on vacation. So I asked him to go to Vegas. We went to Vegas. I think we stayed at the Bellagio, but we were like walking and traveling and going to dinner at different hotels. But I think we stayed at the Bellagio. We probably had dinner at the Flamingo. I forgot the name of it, but we were on the Strip, and one day he would work out a lot during the vacation, and I would just go to the pool or stay in the hotel because it was so hot during the day. It was in June, so I would stay in a hotel or go to the pool. So one day I'm looking at the desk, and he has his life insurance policy. I was so stupid back then, let me tell you. When I look back on it, I was so stupid. He was trying to make me not only a policy holder, but he had mentioned a couple weeks before that he wanted me to, I did not wear a bra. I should have worn a bra. But anyway, he wanted me to be his healthcare proxy. So a healthcare proxy is someone who makes decisions on your behalf if you're not conscious, or if you're not able to make decisions regarding your health. And I was like, oh no. It was really weird with him. He had like 4 older kids. I mean, the kids were older than me, but for some reason they weren't close and they never visited him. It was really weird. So like, I was like all he had. So that's why he was so preoccupied with me all the time. Anyway, so one day I saw the in Vegas when we were there, I saw the life insurance on his on the desk in the hotel. And I'm like, that's weird that he has life insurance there. And he had mentioned, it's so crazy because before we went on the trip, we were probably talking for like a good 2-3 months, and he was like, let's get married. And I'm like, it's only been 3 months, but he's elderly. That's why I said these men, they get desperate when he's elderly. I'm like, you barely know me. I mean, we had dated prior, but I mean, the way I scammed him, like, why would you want to marry me after I did that to you? But anyway, so I was like, that's weird, right? So one night, because a lot of times we would come out at night, so we would stay in a hotel all day or maybe on a resort somewhere, and we would go in town, either Old Vegas or on the Strip at night. So one night, it was probably around 9 or 10 o'clock, and I swear he was trying to like pressure me into marrying him. Like in Vegas, you don't need a marriage license. All you need, I don't think you need a marriage license. Or if you do get a marriage license, you get it the same day you get married. Like it's real easy. And you don't need a social security card or anything. It's not like in New York or DC. You don't need all of that. You just bring your photo ID and you get married. So it's real easy to get married in Vegas. I mean, they even have drive-through chapels. There's chapels everywhere, especially near Old Vegas. There's chapels everywhere. So I'm trying to lift this. I have no bra on. Anyway, so he goes, oh, we passed by like, we were in a hotel. I don't remember exactly. Oh, let's go back to the proposal. So we're at the Bellagio one night. We're watching the water show that they have. It was really nice. It was real romantic or whatever. So as we go to order, and I had ordered a salad, and then it's weird because we ordered like everything at one time. So I ordered a salad, I ordered, I don't know, maybe a steak or something, and then I ordered dessert. So maybe 10 or 15 minutes go by, and the lady comes out with this silver platter, and it's like out of the movies or the cartoons. That's like a silver bowl, upside down bowl platter thing. And I was thinking to myself, why is she giving me my dessert first? Because it was like small. It didn't look like a meal was in it. It looked like maybe dessert was in it. I was like, why is she giving me my dessert first? I open it. It's a box with a sachet in it. So I opened the sachet. I knew what it was, right? I mean, I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe it's earrings or something. So I open it and everyone just starts clapping. Yeah! Woo! I'm like, what is going on? So I look at him and he's like smiling like this. But the crazy part, he's so arrogant. Like, I guess, you know, he had money. He was very wealthy. So he was so arrogant. You know how most men get on their knees and like, maybe because he was old, maybe he couldn't get on his knees. But I don't know. It was just the weirdest proposal. Because my ex-husband proposed to me. So I know how men usually propose. He was just like, so I looked at the ring. It was a beautiful ring. And he goes, you want to get married? And everyone's clapping, yeah! And I'm like, oh my God. First of all, I hate being the center of attention. Like, believe it or not, I hate any type of like too much attention. Like, I don't like it. And then to be put on the spot, I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? So I was like, yes, and everyone's clapping. And then it was so crazy because right after that, I was like, you know, we talked about this and I don't want to rush things. And, you know, it seems like he wanted to get married out there in Vegas. Because he was like, why don't we just get married? One time he said in a hotel, why don't we just get married since we're out here? And I'm like, it was just rush, right? So I told him I don't usually do stuff like this, you know, on a whim, and we'll see, you know, let's just be engaged, and that's it. So that was a proposal. It's so crazy because, oh yeah, so that's a proposal. So the one night we're walking around the strip, and there's a chapel, and it was in a hotel. I don't remember what hotel, but it was a chapel on the strip in a hotel, and it was two men that were like standing by it. It was weird. I don't know if they were security or whatever. So I saw the chapel at the corner of my eye. I was like, oh fuck. Like, honestly, now I understand how people can get pressured or tricked into marriage. Like, before I never understood it, but I could really understand it. And I was so worried the whole, like, I had a good time. We did a lot of things. It was fun. We went to like a burlesque show. We went to a magic show. We went to a club. We had fun, but I was just kind of worried on the other end because I'm like, if I don't marry this man out here, is he gonna like cancel my flight and I'll be stuck in Vegas? Like, I was thinking like the worst things because he was a little off. Like, honestly, what people don't know about men with money, a lot of times they're a little off. Like, I don't know what it is, especially if they're like a narcissist or they're very arrogant. Like, if you tell them no, they don't receive that very well because they're so used to people telling them yes all the time. So the guards are standing near the chapel, and I saw the chapel at the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh my God, like, fuck, like, like, is he gonna pressure me to go in? So we walk. I was like, he was like, oh, I don't know if I said something, or he was like, oh, there's a chapel right there. And then I was like, oh, why do we need to go there? Something like that, I said. And then he was like, I just want to see something. I just want to see something. So this was our last night in Vegas. So he walks up to the guard and he's like, oh, is this place still open? Because it was late. It was like maybe 1 a.m. or something. I don't know, but for whatever reason, the chapel was closed. And I was like, whew, oh my God. Because not that he could have forced me to marry him, but I just feel like I just had anxiety about it. I'm like, oh my God, like, he's gonna be difficult. Like, oh my God. So the guard was like, oh no, they closed around, I think 9 or something. I was like, thank God. So that was pretty much it. I think because it was the last night, I think he realized that it wasn't gonna happen. We stayed engaged for maybe another few months, I don't know, but we had gone to, like, I think another reason why he wanted to get married because he had like 2 friends that were getting married that summer, and I went to like one of the weddings. It was really nice, and he bought me like this $500 dress, and I still have it in the closet and I haven't worn it since, but I wore it to the wedding, and it was nice. So I think because of his friends were getting married, he felt pressure too, and because he was elderly, I don't know. But now that I look back on it, what I would have did differently was I definitely would have got on his healthcare proxy. I definitely would have got on his life insurance. I definitely would have probably even married him because, I mean, in New York, you only have to be married to somebody for about 5 years, and then you get half of everything they own. So if I could do it over again. But there was things about him I just couldn't. It wasn't even that he was like old, because I had time to waste back then. I could have wasted like at least 5 years. But there was like personality things I couldn't. I don't think I'm submissive enough to do all that. But I probably would have, just for 5 years, just to get half his wealth. I met his financial planner we was at a gala one day, and he was like, you have no idea how much this man has, how much money he has. I'm like, I don't know. I had no sense of direction. When I started this whole sugar baby thing, this whole gold digging thing, I had no sense. I had no goals. I had nothing. Like, I was just winging it. And the crazy part is, back then, I feel like, I don't know, like, he was very generous. That's one thing about him. He was very generous. I mean, if I asked him for like $500, $1,000, he would give me $2,000. Like, I don't know. He was just very generous, but he just was a little controlling. Like, and back then, I was trying to do vanilla dating and sugaring at the same time, and I just wasn't doing well with both. Like, I had a vanilla boyfriend at the time, and he was kind of broke. I mean, he wasn't like broke, but he was like, he had just, well, I can't say he had just finished law school, but he was studying for the bar, and he kept failing the bar, and I was just like, oh, God, like, but I was dating him and I was dealing with the sugar daddy at the same time. And I never got caught, but a couple of times I almost did. But yeah. So I didn't have a sense of direction back then, but I definitely would have did things differently. But hey, you live and you learn. So what happened was a few months after that, I got a temp job because I was unemployed. So this whole time I'm unemployed, running the streets. I finally got a temp job, and then I had met another sugar daddy. He was a hedge fund owner. So once I met him, I was like, you gotta go, right? So I made up some excuse. I was just like, I don't think I'm ready for marriage, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't want to give the ring back. So I was scared because this man, he's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, like, he's right. So he's like, okay, well, you got to give me the ring back. And so what I did was I went to the pawn shop. I went to a jewelry store to get it appraised. And when I did that, after I saw how much it was worth, I said, hell no, I'm not giving this ring back. Because my first engagement ring was only like a couple $1,000s. This one was way more. So I was like, oh, hell no. He was like, I'm going to take you to court. Oh my God. He was threatening all kinds. He was threatening to tell my family. He was threatening to take me to court. But I'm glad I stood my ground. And I was just like, by law, he probably was correct, because if the woman, I think the law is if the woman breaks the engagement, she has to give it back. I don't really know, but I know I wasn't giving it back. So I pawned it and I paid off my car and some other stuff, and that was that. But yeah, I almost got married to it was actually my first sugar daddy. Yeah, that was a memorable experience. Crazy things happen in Vegas. Crazy things. But that's about it. I'll probably come on. I'm trying to do multiple videos in one day because I don't know if I'm gonna do them every week. But that's pretty much the story. All right, bye guys.